Warning. This video contains a guy who thinks he knows how to do his tips, but in actual fact, he sucks at them. He got 0 out of 4 in his tips last week. That's right, he got none of them right. If you do end up watching this video, take his tipping advice with caution and consider doing the exact opposite. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get on with the tips for the semi-finals. For the first semi-final, we're heading back to Adelaide Oval, and it's the Adelaide Crows taking on Hawthorn. It's going to be a Friday night game, and it's going to be a very exciting one. Now, we've got the Adelaide Crows who have come off a 24-point loss against Collingwood in the qualifying final last Thursday night, and the Hawks are coming off a 19-point win against the Giants at NG Stadium in Western Sydney, so they'll be high on confidence and looking to beat the Crows at their home deck. It looks like Josh Roselli will be back for the Crows. Some much needed firepower up forward, just that extra small forward for them that can kick some goals. I believe in the 7 out of the 13 games he's played this year, he has kicked 2 or more goals. That gives you an indicator that he can be a match winner. He definitely can be in this game. The Hawks won't have Cal Shadir. He's out for a week with I think it's like a slight hamstring tightness, I believe is what they're calling it. But Mitch Lewis will come in, so it's a pretty good like-for-like replacement. They obviously dropped in, they couldn't fit all the full tools with having Deer, Lewis, Chol and Gunston in there. So that makes it a bit easier for them. The Crows have come off their first loss in 10 games, and the Hawks are high on confidence after last week's win. I actually think that the Crows will win this. It is at home, it is Adelaide Oval. They'll have a big crowd on their side. And the fact that most of these players that played against Collingwood, it was their first final, that had that game under their belt, they've got the finals game that they needed, so that will just ease the nerves, I feel, with the atmosphere and the overall of the game, so they'll be ready to go for the Hawks. It'll be a good game, and I think the Crows will just get over the line by 9 points. The second match, it's a Saturday night game. It is at the Gabba in Brisbane. It is the Brisbane Lions taking on Gold Coast. It is the first ever Q Clash in finals. Brisbane have come off a 38-point loss against Geelong at the MCG on Friday night, whereas Gold Coast probably had the most impressive win, arguably, in finals week 1, with their 1-point win against Fremantle and Perth in their first ever final in the club's history. And how fitting that David Swallow was the guy who played 248 games, has not made a final with this team, kicks the winning point. So fitting. Very happy for him. Seems like Gold Coast are ready for this contest. Damien Hardwick in his press conference this week, pretty much saying it's the biggest game in Southeast Queensland's history. Well, in AFL terms, I would say yes. And he's saying that they are ready to just beat Brisbane at their home deck. So we'll see if that happens when it comes to Saturday night. Whereas Brisbane, they've got a little bit of trouble with a couple injuries, with Lockie Neal missing the rest of the season with a calf, and a partial ACL tear from Eric Hipwood. He is out for the rest of the year too. And just adding on the extra injuries that they've had for the rest of the year with Kitty Coleman and Payne, it's going to be a bit hard for Brisbane, but I believe the experience of the side, and the team did win the flag last year, and a bit of an off night against Geelong, let's be honest, they were definitely not on. I reckon they will bounce back, and usually in these games, your back's against the wall. Normally these teams come back and win, and I think Brisbane will be one of them, and I think they'll get the win against Gold Coast on Saturday night. I think it'll be a pretty tight contest for most of it, but I think Brisbane will find a way to just get over the line, and I think they'll win by 17 points. Take these tips with a pinch of salt. After my performance last week, I don't know what to believe, or if you guys can believe that these tips are going to be correct. Let me know in the comments if you actually agree that these will be the teams that will win the semi-finals and go on to the preliminary final to take on Geelong and Collingwood, who are the 2 teams that are already in the preliminary final. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe if you are new here, and if you want to see some more content, have a look at this playlist. These are all the round reactions I've done over 2025. I think you'll enjoy it. Might get a few laughs out of them too.